So I have another perspective piece I want to share with you guys, something that I've been considering and thinking about a lot lately. I wanted to make a video about it. It's a good time to do it. I don't think a lot of non-black people understand how damaging it is to be considered the big bad wolf or the bully or the scary guy when that's not your intention, when you're not looking to do that. You're not looking to be that way. You're not the type of person that feeds off of fear. You're not the type of person that feeds off of seeing people run from you or clutch their purse around you. You have no intention of robbing anyone in your life. You don't have those genes in you that make you want to harm some random human being. It can be damaging to walk down the street and look to your left and say hi to somebody and they look at you with fear in their eyes. Or they scurry away real quick and clutch their purse or what have you. I don't think I've heard anyone say this, so maybe it's just me. But I've developed a bit of anxiety as it pertains to being feared. I find myself trying to exaggerate my energy in a nice and welcoming light to try to calm that energy, that fear that I smell and sense in certain people, non-black people. It's fear. I was walking around this property a couple of days ago. Of course, I had my mask on, same hat, same shirt, same uniform every day. And she was an Asian lady. She wasn't a white woman at all. And I was walking alongside of her, and just trying to pass her up. I think she was pushing some type of cart, maybe even a stroller, I don't remember. But I walked around her just to get past her. She jumped. And by the time she jumped, I'm barely seeing this out of the corner of my eye. So I turn around and she says, "Oh, you scared me." And I apologized, and I realized I didn't do anything. I was walking around you. You were slow behind me, and I walked around. And she told me, she was like, I had been attacked. I've been attacked. So, not saying that I had done it, but she was explaining to me why she jumped. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's all I can say. But a part of me wanted to start a conversation with her about the perspective that I had being that person that scared her, and how it made me feel to be feared when I'm not looking to scare me. But to be honest with you, I didn't think it was appropriate. After she explained to me what happened, I just kept walking. I said, "Oh my God," and kept going, because I didn't want to bring forth any type of energy that would otherwise trigger her, nor did I want to further piss myself off in expressing my position. But I'll express it here. I have no problem with swallowing my own pride and my own humility as it pertains to people having traumas, and those traumas rearing their ugly head when they see my presence, when they see me. People go through a lot of stuff that I could never fathom, that I've never gone through, and for me to judge their fear, I don't feel it's my place. But it doesn't make me feel good to be feared. In fact, it feels pretty bad. Because I don't feed off of bad energy as a person, as a spirit. It's not who I am. I feed off of good energy. I'm the type of guy, you smile at me, I'm smiling harder. I'm the type of guy, you do something nice for me, it makes me want to do something nice for somebody else. When a room full of people are smiling and laughing, I probably feel better. Especially if I had something to do with them smiling and laughing. I feed off of that. And I understand not everybody's wired the way that I am in that way. In fact, I feel like most people are not. And some people do feed off of fear, so they're not going to have the perspective I have. So I don't speak for everybody at all. But I speak for myself when I say that shit makes me feel bad. Not bad for them, but sorry for me. Because when I understand, what I understand about fear is that fear prompts aggression. That's one half of the problem. And in that aggression comes a hate that's developed through the fear to help protect the fearful. And it brings me back to why all of this has happened in the first place. All of it. I think it began with fear and jealousy. So that's part of it. Another part of it makes me feel terrible is that I don't have any defense against it. All it takes is for one person to say that they're fearful of you. And then it's their word against yours. They can say whatever they want. And history has shown that we don't always fare well in those circumstances. So that's another half of it. And then overall, it's just, fear isn't loving. Fear has no regard for what it fears. I've never seen one human being say, I'm terrified of that animal. I'm concerned about its well-being. With the exception of maybe vicious animals like sharks and lions, stuff like that. People care about those animals. They fear them, but they obviously stay away. Stay away. And I think about what animals do when they smell fear. They're offended by it. They hate fear. They don't like it. It either prompts them to attack what's fearful of them, or it offends them in such a way. They don't like fear. And I feel like I'm one of those. I feel like that's the type of animal I am. I'm offended by fear because I don't put out the energy that I want you to be fearful of me. I'm not looking to hurt you. I'm not looking to take from you. I'm not even looking to deal with you. If I'm walking down the street, I'm minding my business. And I'm aware that there's some African American people, maybe even many, who have done things that have made people fear them. Or like I said, feed off of that type of energy and they like being feared or whatever. Makes them feel powerful. It doesn't make me feel powerful. It makes me feel misunderstood. It makes me feel like I'm not being read, not seen. It makes me feel invisible. Being feared makes me feel invisible because it's not who I am. You are assessing me improperly. You are looking at who I am and what I'm about and seeing the wrong thing that I'm actually putting out there. And when that is taking place, I know I have no control of it. I have no control of the perception of myself. My actions, my words, my natural being, denied, replaced with irrational or irrational fear based on trauma, bigotry, or just sheer timing, or whatever. Being afraid of having people fear you fucking sucks when you're not looking for that. And I deal with that, or the notion of that, all the time. All the time. Just walking down the street being a black person with broad shoulders. I'm not even that tall. I'm about 5'10", 5'10 and a half. Be honest with you guys, I ain't that big of a dude. But you would swear to God, I got superhuman strength in the presence of some individuals. Be a white dude twice the size of me. They ain't scared of that dude. They see him, oh, he looks like my grandson. And that's another reason why it's so resentful. Because part of the fear, I believe, comes from a place of, you're not me. I don't see any of me in you. It takes me back to the notion that they don't see us as human beings. It's parallel to that in a way. Like, I fear you because I don't see that you're humanity through your eyes. I look at your skin and it makes me feel as if you have something that I don't have that doesn't make you as human as I am. That shit hurts. So I think it's important that somebody say that. It's degrading in some ways. But if you're after that, I know for a fact that there are individuals out there who not only seek that energy, but envy it. would want nothing more than to walk down the street and people clutch their purses. Would want nothing more to be able to walk down the street and have people fear them because maybe they were bullied. Maybe they got the worst of it. Maybe they never got any respect. Maybe nobody ever feared them. Maybe they were the ones that were always taken advantage of. Your perspective is important. I just don't share it. I'm on the other end of that. I don't be getting bullied. I haven't been bullied since I was about 7 years old. And I fought that person. You know? And everybody else who's ever been in a situation where they try to bully me or whatever, it worked out for me. I've been in situations where I've been around people tougher than me, stronger than me, bigger than me. I've been very fortunate. I just ain't run into none of that shit where they try to impose their will on me. It just ain't happened. I don't respect fear. I understand it and believe that it's warranted in some places, in some cases. May even feel fear within my own heart for certain things, situations. But I don't respect it when it's pointed at me. Because I know I ain't put myself in a position to ask for that, to warrant that, to demand that. No demonstrations to make that what you see in me. If I wanted people to fear me, I would handle myself a certain way. I would do certain things that I do not do. And maybe that doesn't even bring about the reaction that I would want if I'm seeking fear. But walking down the street simply does. If there are no black people around. Now, if I see black folks, I don't have those issues. And that sounds like a broad statement, a general statement, but it's my experience. I don't have those issues with black people. I don't feel that way. There's no anxiety walking down the street when I see an elderly black woman. She gonna say hi to me or she gonna keep it walking. Or if I see a middle-aged black woman walking down the street, she ain't gonna clutch her purse because I look like her nephew. I look like her son. I look like that camaraderie is something that not only whites feel for themselves, but blacks feel for their people in a lot of cases as well. And so on and so forth. When I'm walking down the street and I see nothing but Hispanic people, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like they're terrified of me. They gotta clutch their purse around me. I don't see that. It's not my energy. I live in a neighborhood where it's nothing but Hispanic people. I don't have those issues. But in some cases, I'm around white people, or in that case, an Asian lady. I'm just terrified. Terrified of the skin, terrified of the silhouette of my body. They ain't terrified of my spirit, because if they had a conversation with me, they realize I'm a protector, not an aggressor. I ain't looking to harm nobody. I fight with my words. I don't even fight with my fists. It's not even how I operate. So being that I'm not looking to be feared, it's shitty when I am. Anyway, I think that says it. I think I hit it on the head. Maybe it's another black person's fault why I'm feared. Maybe they robbed somebody and put her in a position to feel attacked. So now she sees a black person, she's terrified. I won't take the onus off of us if we're going out here bullying motherfuckers. We probably are. A lot of us are. Is that a product of our frustration in the system that is messed up? Yes. Because I believe that just about every behavior that we display is a product of our frustration. And we'll not take the onus off of the system that places us in that frustration, but nevertheless, it is what it is. And I'm tired of it. BDF 44, I'm out.